This is Deducter bringing you Scenario 8 of Panzer Corps Grand Campaign 43 East. This is Dnipropetrovsk, the beginning of a series of defensive scenarios, not just in this year, but in all the future years too. So in this scenario, the Russians have the initiative. They get to move first. I have updated my game to the latest version of my mod. The biggest change is that I've differentiated the infantry more. Now combat engineers have the best hard attack out of all units, and they retain their excellent close defense. They are also extremely expensive. These are highly specialized units that perform well in urban warfare. I've increased the ammo of most of the other German infantry, and I've lowered the hard attack of the grenadiers a bit, so they're no longer as an obvious choice as before. I mean, they're still very good choice. Certainly in soft attack, they're better than the Pioneers. They have more ammo, and they have higher initiative. They're also much cheaper. But I think the Pioneer performance against hard targets is significantly better than the Grenadiers. I've also added recon move flag to the motorcycle troops and the cavalry, so they function like infantry scouting units. Their price is very high, but I don't have any in my corps, but if used correctly, they are very powerful. So those are the major changes, and a whole bunch of various balancing changes. So what else is of note? In this particular scenario, the key, which is pretty easy, what I've done is I've deployed my units in this fashion. Some infantry here from the 2nd Panzer Grenadier Division will focus on holding off Soviet attacks from the north. So the Soviets should be kept to the north of the Dnieper River as much as possible. I've deployed the 1st Panzer Division and the 17th Panzer Division here in the middle. The idea is that they will go forward and attack. Depending on the situation, I will want to create a pocket of Soviet units, either around here at Stary Kodaki or around these two victory hexes in the south. So we'll see how the battle unfolds, and I will deploy my forces accordingly. And in the south, I've deployed the 5th Panzer Division. That will react accordingly. Basically, it'll form the southern pincer of attack, or it'll just advance straight onto this easternmost Russian-held victory hex. So everything depends on how the battle goes. In the air, I actually, for this playthrough, have really good heroes for my air units. I've never actually gotten a playthrough where I have this many good heroes on my Air Force, so I'm actually going to go for a more Air Force centered strategy. Normally I don't deploy this many fighters or this many bombers. Usually I don't even use Stukas anymore, or I might use one, but for instance, I have 2 FW-190 fighter bombers. I've upgraded my other Stuka to FW-190. I thought about keeping it as a Stuka, but I think the FW-190, because it has so much more flexibility, is the better choice, even though it is very expensive. And it doesn't particularly excel at any one task, but it's more flexible, which is valuable later on. I'm still using my old Ju-88. If used correctly, this strategic bomber is still very good. So, without further ado, let's begin and see how things go. Okay, this particular fighter did a lot more damage than I thought it would have to my infantry there. That's kind of annoying. It's actually very annoying. Well, that bomber is also vulnerable to attack right now. Something I can take advantage of. Withdraw my infantry. This unit can stay put there. And then I want to finish off that unit. Alright, 2 of the Soviet fighters are gone. There's still a Yak-3 though, which is a very annoying unit. If I keep the recon unit here, there are some tricks I could potentially do. So why don't I do that? Let's move the Stug up here. And then we should be able to kill this guards. Well, actually, we might not be able to kill the guards. Never mind. I don't need artillery cover for those 2 units. Might actually be counterproductive. I do want, however, fighter cover for these units. I mean, I thought about going ahead to attack that strategic bomber, but I don't think there's any great rush to do so. I want to move this unit up north. Alright, let's see how this goes. We'll keep my bombers in reserve. Let's see how this goes. That was not a good move by the AI. Ah, too bad it ran into my fighter, actually. Otherwise, I had cover. But as you can see, the FW-190, even against a good fighter like the Yak-3, the FW-190 fighter bomber series, can survive reasonably well, even unescorted. So that's part of the strength. If that were a Stuka, for instance, it would have been reduced to at least half strength. There's where one of the anti-aircraft guns is. Okay. Well, this is certainly interesting. The Soviet advance was faster than I had anticipated. Alright. Well. Hmm. Alright. Current defensive arrangement is fine. I think there's only one more Soviet bomber on that victory hex over there, so basically I've wiped out the Soviets at this point. What I want to try to do is destroy that self-propelled anti-aircraft gun. Because I might as well take back the town now. That's okay. So far, so good. This unit has 5 move. Oh, I can't go up and just destroy that Su-76, but I am finish it off next turn. No problem. Now I expect the Soviets to launch a ferocious counterattack. I think there might be more of those self-propelled anti-aircraft guns. No reason for me to venture out with my fighter bombers. Oh, this is where the recon unit shines. I would prefer a combat recon unit for this sort of operation, but there's no reason why a normal dedicated recon unit can't do the same. So we'll just repeat that pattern several times. Now here, fences are pretty solid. We'll move this up. That should cover the anti-tank gun. I do not want the AI to use the bomber on that, if at all possible. Next, I want to finish off that cavalry. I'll let the AI make the next move. If you've noticed the way I position my units, it's such that the AI has no spotting on anything of importance. So it can spot this northern area, but it can't actually spot anything except for this elephant there, for instance, with the T-34. That's it. So unless it moves out, oh, I guess it does have more recon units. Okay, well, Yeah, now we can spot everything. And there, that can create trouble, right? Okay. Well, this certainly presents interesting challenge. All right. Now I can safely shoot down the bomber. And I can unleash my Air Force without fear of counterattacks. So how should I do this? I think step one. Let's see how this goes. Very well. Force that to surrender. Next, we'll destroy the combat engineer here. We will use Ju-87G on this unit, which seems to have survived. Not a big deal. Hmm. Having no rush to kill the KV-E5 there. 88 gun, still awesome. Wow, I actually took more damage than I thought I would. Initiative bonus wasn't quite good enough. That's unfortunate. KV-1B. Could always use the Ferdinand, but I'd rather move the Ferdinand to the north. I could use the Tiger. That's pretty reliable. Taking a bit more damage than I had hoped I would, but it's fine. That's no good. Ah, there's a dangerous target, SU-152. Alright. That went reasonably well. Alright, another unit down. Ugh. No, that's no good. Well, I seem to have actually got myself in some trouble here. Because I predict that SU-152 is going to go straight for my mortar. Which could prove very damaging. But there are still some other tricks I can pull. Alright, this is what we're going to do. This should exert enough zone of control to protect my mortar from any harm. And meanwhile, if I attack, there's a reasonable chance they'll retreat, but there's also a chance they'll survive. Good. No reason to push the attack just yet. What I can do is this. Yeah. want to move my Ferdinand forward as much as possible, as quickly as possible. The remaining Soviet troops should be trapped by zone of control mechanics, such that I don't have anything to worry about. So I think this is a good deployment scheme. Panthers, being very tough, should be mostly immune to attack by the Soviets. Let's see how this actually works out in practice. Second KV-85, alright. So, looks like my plan went perfectly. Excellent. Send a fighter bomber over here. Try to get some mass attack bonuses going on. Alright, then we can push my troops forward. I want to push my Tiger tank up north, but same time I want to push my infantry forward. Where's another fighter bomber? Alright. Situation looks very good now. First we'll destroy this unit. Next, use the Stug. Anti-tank done. Take down T-70. So far, so good. This unit is pretty badly beat up. We'll use my combat engineers to take out this hard target. Well, actually, let me think. There's some other tricks I can try. Yes, there are some tricks I can try. Entrenchment of 3. Well, how do you deal with that? Okay, I see. That's a problem. Well, then we'll force the Su-152 to surrender. This unit's almost out of ammo, but not a problem. Don't need to do that. This unit can resupply, and the remaining Soviet units trapped there are not much of a danger. Might as well leave this area open, see if the Soviets will send a few more units across the river. I don't mind if they do that. It's actually a positive outcome for me. There's no rush on killing it. Excellent. I think the situation is well in hand. Helps that my fighter is doing so much strafing damage. Transfer the anti-tank guns or anti-aircraft guns north. Unfortunately now, I can't do the same retreat trick on this. I can't force it to surrender there. That's unfortunate. So we might as well just bombard it and do some damage. No need to attack it just yet. Well, actually, if I attack it, engineer might move up. I might be able to force one more surrender on it. This could work out. Resupply. Yes, I think my forces are in good condition now. Excellent. Excellent. Soviets moved out a Katyusha rocket for me to destroy. I am very satisfied with that outcome. Move to Stug South. Actually, yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Huh, unit's surprisingly tough. I was hoping it wouldn't retreat. That's fine. What should I target? Don't need to fire. Mass attack gives me a huge initiative advantage. Continue pocketing these units here. Pretty standard stuff. We'll send a martyr back. There's no rush to finish off the remaining Soviet unit. Might as well refuel. Might get lucky. Aw, didn't get lucky. That's okay. While it is unfortunate that the T-34 managed to retreat, is also not a very big deal. I'm gonna move the recon unit over here. The remaining Soviets should be simple enough to finish off after this. The only thing I have to worry about is that there might potentially be some more Soviet air attacks, which would be unfortunate. I think I positioned the rest of my units fairly well. As expected. Soviets are still sending a lot of units over the river. Alright, Panther took some damage. But the most critical situation is actually up north there. It's no good. If I do this right, I can force another surrender here. So why don't we try to do that? Ugh. Surely the odds are good enough now. Yes. Next. That might not have necessarily been the best use of my recon unit. That took a lot of damage, and these recon units are expensive. Now that I think about it, that was probably a mistake. Oh well. What else? Conscript is very vulnerable to attack. Well, let's begin by finishing off the most obvious targets. Next, going to park some units here, like so. As long as I have some artillery cover, I should be reasonably safe. Hopefully. Hmm. That was extraordinarily bad luck. Ugh. I am pressing a lot of attacks without artillery support, but the odds seemed favorable at the time. Defense +1, that's good. I'll take that hero. Constant countering force, so we might as well attack the engineer on the river, and remaining Soviet troops will be pocketed before long. I do want to transfer units here to help hold off any sort of Soviet incursion. It's actually, I think, best if I don't attack, because if I attack and destroy this T-34, there is an extremely high probability they'll be able to break through. So I'm not going to do that until I can be sure position is safe. Alright, next. Let's take down Yak 7. Nearly out of fighters. This will send the Il-2 back to repair, which is all I want to accomplish. Once again, I'll keep my bombers in reserve. Let's see how this plays out. Soviets might decide to target my vulnerable Wolfram, and I'm reasonably confident the AI can't break through, so we'll do that. Yeah, that looks good. My prediction is the Act-3 will pick BF-109, probably this one, or possibly that one, to attack. I was right. Alright, the situation is still very dangerous. Now comes the opportunity to finish off that unit once and for all. Then we can start weakening entrenchment here. No point in pressing the attack until I can be confident of success there. Start transferring my units. Oh, the situation is rather critical, actually. Soviets have garrisoned the town and are going to be very difficult to break through because the combat engineers. Otherwise, things are actually pretty good. That combat engineer is going to take a long time to defeat. Ugh. Well, desperate times may call for desperate measures. Soviets almost never attack through this way, so what we're going to do... Well... I do want to start killing these units, though. Okay, desperate times call for desperate measures. This is the deal. I have 2 artillery covering this position, so I am not too worried. Disband this. And we'll move my infantry out, leaving this sector unguarded, but is extremely unlikely the Soviets will be able to break through there anyway. So, next, let's finish off the Soviet Air Force yet again. Well, the only thing that makes a lot of sense is start using a strategic bomber here. And then we'll just attack this position slowly but carefully. Sooner or later, I will break through. As for this infantry, let's shift it north. And the Stug will move up to support defenses around that area. I don't like that artillery over there, but there may be anti-aircraft guns across the river. Best not to do anything. Well, it would be nice to get this unit some more experience. Actually, you know what? Let us do that. Let's get this unit some more experience. Get some mass attack bonus going. This unit is way too vulnerable. We're going to have to disband that. We'll keep this unit there, yeah. Resupply. That can stay put. This unit can resupply. I might use a tactical bomber on. Too many anti-aircraft guns up north. We'll keep this one in reserve here. Last but not least, we'll cover our Tigers. This looks good to me. Next turn might rain. Alright then. That could actually potentially be a problem. They might decide to attack that anti-tank gun. Move this down to give it some retreat path. Just in case. Nope, no rain. Works for me. Excellent. Meanwhile, progress here is slow. Soviet defenses are very solid. And attempts to break through are proving costly in terms of ammunition expenditure. Okay, taking out this unit, I'm gonna put my Mountaineers here since there are no more tanks, I think. Just a bunch of infantry. And I can move my recon unit over here again to pull off the same trick. Gonna take back the town temporarily, but this is a great place to keep luring the Soviets over the river into traps. So we're just gonna take back the town temporarily, and I will abandon it again soon enough. We'll take the town next turn. I don't have enough firepower to do it. Otherwise, my troops are sort of blocked there. Actually, I won't take the town unless I can. Basically, the idea is that I don't want to take all the flags or the scenario ends prematurely. So there's no rush to do too much here. But the only thing I want to do is to make sure some of my more vulnerable units are covered by artillery. So far, the battle could have gone better. I made a few mistakes here and there, but it's not too bad.